Ready, set, go.
Good morning, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, PALTI, Army, Marto, Tone, non-binary folk, and everyone. All three people watching the show included. I will. Episode 54 AC.
G'day, Taz. G'day, Tone. Great to see all the army out there, all
Good
three of
evening.
you.
Good evening, lads. How we going?
Top of the world. How are you guys going? What's been happening in your neck of the woods?
Well, I'll go first. We're experiencing winter in Cairns, the best time of year here in Cairns. You get 15, 16, 17 degrees at night. You get 25, 26 degrees through the day, clear skies, warm sun, cool nights. No rain. It's beautiful. It's paradise.
Paradise up in
How are
Farmer.
you, Tone? You've been
No?
warming up there.
Well, it's the rainy season now, so it sort of rains on and off all the time. But it's not. It's been pretty good this year because we haven't had any real humidity yet. Last year it was like a couple of months earlier, but yeah, so it's just raining on and off, and it's not too humid yet, but it's going to get there.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny you say that because that's what we kind of had in Cairns late last year. We backed off the humidity. We got the rain first. And then come December, the humidity just all knocked us off for six because we hadn't had any. We're supposed to get it from September, October,
yeah.
November. We get it.
Well,
And you're
gentlemen,
experiencing the same weather pattern now.
gentlemen, let me interrupt you.
Oh,
Enough
man.
of the weather. I understand how you go. Okay, whether you believe in global warming or not, it is irrelevant.
No, you don't. It's a farce.
Now, let me go back a few days.
Oh, of
Terrible,
course. Tone,
terrible,
here we go. Give
terrible.
himself a wrap.
No, not myself. From Saturday to
I
Tuesday.
got to, yeah.
However, we did redeem and get some money back in, which means
Well,
what we did on Wednesday is set
mm,
us up for a big Saturday. So, like
well,
we like
what?
to give it, we like to take it away from you as well. Well, it's not us. They give you more.
Well,
What
you saved us. Yes, you saved us on Wednesday, Taz.
about me?
Tone, yeah, it was on Wednesday. Take it, mate. Beat your chest. You had those two winners up.
No,
I gave us the
it was
I gave
me.
us the
Don't
little
start saying it's
$10 cup. Well, it is. You had your winner. I didn't.
yeah, well,
um, we had a $10 winner in a country cup on Sunday. That's sort of a little bit of redemption for Saturday. Then Monday we had the public holiday meeting and didn't do much.
no. But that's
You
okay.
know,
That's okay.
that's
Now,
the racing world. We're in the off
we
season and we've got to expect that.
we do, but we don't want to expect it because Tone, we're going to kick off with a little bit of chat about your favorite racing state in the world, Queensland, the Stradbroke Handicap. Now, Mark,
Oh yeah.
and only a little bit less than you, um, but that's where the main racing is. And Marto,
Yeah.
Tone, have you had a look at the card and have you had a look at the Stradbroke?
I have actually. We got two Group Ones, three Group Twos, and a Group Three. So why wouldn't you have a look? The Winter Racing Carnival in Brisbane is heating up as we hit the middle of that carnival there. The Stradbroke, very, very weak field. I don't know how you can have a $3 favourite in this field. War Machine can't win. I wouldn't have him at $3. To be honest, I threw a dart and it landed on Private Eye, number one, the top weight, a little bit of class up top. I wouldn't be too upset if he won, but I would have a little dollar coin each way on him.
It is
That's
one of
about
your
it.
favourites, that's for sure. You've always found.
Yes, that's.
What about you, Tone? What have you found?
I've just decided to go with the Japanese one with number 4, Kimochi, with one of the biggest rogue jockeys riding in the rogue state in Craig Williams. So I'm going for Criminal Craig.
So you're
Well
going,
done.
He's
Well,
linked up.
Kimochi means good feeling, doesn't it? Feeling good,
Yeah,
Kimochi.
yeah,
Yeah, there you
feels
go.
good. Yeah,
Let's
that's
hope you're
it.
feeling good.
13 skins.
I don't
Yeah,
think I'll
so
start that though.
I don't really like any much in it.
Look, I had a look at the race as well, and I'm going for a blue battler, golden mile each way, fit and
Yeah.
ready. That's where I'm throwing my hat. But look, I love Queensland. I love Eagle Farm. I love Doomben, even Ipswich, Caloundra, Sunshine Coast. You know,
Toowoomba.
Toowoomba, even Dalby. I think the best thing about places like that is in order to catch criminals, you got to think like a criminal. and that's, I guess,
Well, you do quite well up there, Taz.
people
You do
had
quite
on.
well up in the Sunshine State, don't you? You've
He
got
does
quite
actually.
a
Yes,
few winners up there.
credit where it's due.
That's it. Now, that's the main race there, but everyone's not just interested in the main races. They're interested in our Kickstarters to start with. And Marto,
Yes.
you're not first, are you, this week?
No, not this week. I don't believe.
I reckon it might even be Tone or me, but I'm gonna throw to you, Tone, because I'm guessing you're going back to the same formula, your winning formula.
Well, I certainly hope so. Well, actually, my Kickstarter was scratched, but
Oh,
I've unfortunately, so I've gone to Rose Hill Race One, number 3. One of my old favourites, Namaste, the Baker, Bjorn Baker, what's the name, Josh Parr combination.
Hmm.
right,
It's
number 3.
it's around about $6, I think. It didn't have its usual jockey on it last start, from memory. I think the track will suit it better this time, and it's up in distance. I think it's up in distance this
So
week. So
what happened to your other one, Tone? They scratched it. Did they get
yeah,
an idea that you were going to put thousands on and thought stuff this?
no, it got you and Marto got your money on before me. That's what happened, and the pure weight of your coin, they scratched it. I couldn't get me money on.
Well, to be fair, Marto, I think every time Tone gets a scratching and he
Yeah.
goes the other way, he either wins or loses.
Well, isn't it one or the other?
See?
Yeah.
It could be, yeah,
One or
more
two
of the
things.
losers maybe, but
Well,
no.
he's done it again though, Taz. This is a wide open race, isn't it? I mean, you
Well,
got $4.50 the favourite, which Crocodile is probably one to watch from the Godolphin stable. Namaste hasn't done too much wrong, and Joshy Parr back on is not a bad thing either. Drawn in two, it's going to be forward and Namaste.
I can tell you this,
Well,
Joshy.
I could have tipped in the highways and the midways and all that, but
But why would
no,
you?
thanks, no.
I
I'm,
don't
No,
like straight races to bet it. Look, I'll tell you one thing, and I'll say it right here, right now.
only one.
Josh Parr will ride at least one winner on Saturday. All right, could be riding more. Marto, where are you going with your Kickstarter before I go to the City of Churches?
Yeah, look, I'm going to head up to Eagle Farm in race two, one that's probably gone for an easy kill. Should have been in the Stradbroke, but is listed as fifth or sixth emergency and drawn out wide. So they've elected to go here instead with Tony Gollan and Ryan Maloney in the saddle again. Transatlantic, $2.25 favourite, deservedly so. Like I said, should be in the Stradbroke, but wouldn't get a run because of how far down he's listed in the emergency. Very, very good win here last week at Eagle Farm. I don't mind the 7-day backup. And from 15 up to 1600, he's just got that race pattern that suits his track, which he absolutely loves. 9 starts, 4 wins, a second and a third. Very, very good record. Little query about the distance at 1600, having been only one run there, but the way he run last week at 1500, he looks ready to go. Ryan Maloney put him right in the finish, running
What
on
distance
late.
is the Stradbroke? Six, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's 16 as well.
Yeah. So this, I mean, you'd think so. Why not? Nothing wrong with it. What class is it? Is it a benchmark 80 or something, or is it an open field
Well,
anyway?
it's the Wayne Wilson race 2 at Eagle Farm. I wrote them down. It's not a group race, so it's probably a listed race.
Yep. Fair enough. Why not? Transatlantic sounds pretty good to me. I'm going to the City of
all
Church.
good.
Race two, number
Okay.
7, longer route. Now, I
That's
know
what she said.
that you guys get excited when the race caller calls this one because it will be going, there goes the longer route. The longer route hangs on. I hope that's the way he calls it. Look, this
Well,
horse,
it keeps going.
it's got fitness on its side. It'll push forward. I think it gets all the favours. I know that there's an import in this race as well that was about 100 to 1 at Melbourne and ran an honest race. It's second up. They've decided to take it over to Adelaide, I think it's a false favourite. I think Longer Route should be the favourite. And I've got it here. I mean, here I've got it. What does it say? I reckon we kept, yes, last start where it ran third. It looked like it was gone, but I reckon we kept working to the line really, really well. I think if you go back and look at its form, it was running up against a horse, a very progressive horse in the name of Spirit of Camelot. Now,
Oh, yeah.
Spirit of Camelot, if that was in this race, it would be 2-1. And we're going to get 5-1 at least about Longer Route. Leads, dictates, kicks, and hangs on. That's my way of thinking. So if we can get all those three up, we get 2 by 5. Let's say that's 10 by 6. It's $60. Best thing to do, and what I always do with our 3, is take a little tricksy, because when we get 2 up, we still get
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's exactly right. So they're the Kickstarters.
Money in the bank.
Looking good. Hopefully we don't go like St Kilda went tonight. I didn't watch the game.
Geez, they got close.
They only lost by
7,
how much?
13 goals.
Only?
Only 13 goals, yeah.
Shocking. Terrible.
Yeah, it's hard to look. I mean, are the Dogs hot or the Saints shit? I mean, the Dogs are only 1-6 against top 8 sides, and they flog everything behind them. So jury's still out on the Dogs, I reckon.
I think the jury.
But how's the pre-game injury?
Who?
The St Kilda fans come out to toss the coin, and he's torn a hamstring as he's tossed the coin.
Who did that?
The St Kilda fan, he's tossed the coin and reached for his hamstring. He's ripped it before the game even started.
Oh.
He's probably playing up. He probably had a bet. And we won't talk about it because the Bayside Argonauts are going to be in the news tomorrow.
You said you weren't going to talk about him.
Well, I'm not. We haven't done anything wrong.
Okay.
But
moving on then.
Yeah, there's some things happening.
Forget about that. That's corruption in the world of betting. It happens every day.
Yeah, well,
in Queensland.
we don't know much about it now. Gentlemen, I want your best bets. I want them quick because I want you guys to then fill up the show with hidden treasures. Because I reckon
I got one.
Do that.
We need some hidden treasures.
Yes, I got something at juicy odds too.
So, Mano, I think you're backing up on a tip here that's not yours.
No,
but
that's
I
right.
love it when we do this and get it up. I love it.
Oh, you get it up.
That's it. So,
Tone, I'm following you in from a couple of weeks back, mate. Bear on the Loose. Where are we at?
Rose Hill, I saw that.
Rose Hill, race 8 in the Winter Cup in Sydney. Bear on the Loose. How good is he as a European stayer, middle distance runner? He's still on the rise. 2400s would really, really suit him. There's not a lot of pace in this race, so from barrier 10, he probably does get forward. He'll either lead or sit on that speed early. And it's really hard to see anything running him down. He's not going to know himself with 53 kilos on. Zach Waddick's not a bad replacement jockey. There is, Touristic has form coming in, but consider that Bear on the Loose ran second to Glory Days 2 weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks back, and then Glory Days was actually stakes placed at next start. So that's form out of that race. One thing I am worried about is Don Diego de Vega. He's a big, big horse, and he's got those big strides. He could come over the top, but I'm still backing Bear on the Loose as one of my best of the day on Saturday.
Is because surprisingly we're going to go backwards today in the way of our tips, because you've got race 8, Tony's got race 7, I've got race 6, and we'll get to those in a minute. Sure. What's track bias going to be like? What do you think the track will race like, Marto? You're the one.
Rose Hill, it's 3 meters. It's wet. Rose Hill usually does love leaders when it's wet. We're going to get another 10 to 12 mils on Friday, possibly hanging on until Saturday, and that'll keep it in the wet range. So to be forward is not a bad idea, but this is 2400, so it can change a little bit. But they are going to, I think, want to be forward on Saturday at Rose Hill.
Lovely. Tone, we're going to get a running double, you and Marto, like you and me. So you're going to be the sandwich guy this week. Tell us about your tip in race 7 at Rose Hill, Tone.
Race 7, number 7, Unstoppable. Certainty beaten last start because the Greek Freak, and I have a lot of support for him, but I don't know what the problem was. It jumped awkwardly, lost ground, got stuck behind a wall of horses, was thundering home. But if it had got out, it probably would have got closer. A bit would have got closer. I wouldn't say it was going to win because Mardo's tip in that I think was Kerguelen, whatever it was, and that was on fire. It wasn't. It won well, but I reckon Unstoppable would have been very close had it have got a run.
I'm gonna ask you
Yeah,
something. I want to ask you something. You said
Yeah.
missed the kick, got held up, all those sorts of things. Should it have been racing in Queensland?
Well, they just would have blocked it in on the rails and locked it up like bloody a what do they call it? A medieval maiden with a bloody chastity belt on. If it was racing up in Queensland, it would have they would have just pocketed it right in there. But yeah,
Marto, is it in your?
no,
What do you think? You give it a chance?
again, he's picked a wide open race. Absolutely
it's a
wide
tough race.
open
Yeah.
race. Yeah, especially it really depends on how much rain they get on Friday here. I mean, Unstoppable really does like a heavy track. Runs okay on a soft track, but it really wants it heavy. I'm not sure it's going to get that. But hey, well, a horse third up, and you've got the hippo on, so you're going to be in the right lane too. I think from barrier 12, you're going to get the right sort of run. You're going to be forward, but you're going to be off the rail as well, forward or midfield. I can't say no.
Perfect.
Definitely a chance. At $8, why not?
Hopefully,
Yeah, well, I think the price is there.
no to me too, because I'm going to race 6. So basically, we've gone races 6, 7, and 8. And I'm
Also in
race
Sydney.
four, and I've gone race 6, number 6, Little Contro.
Oh,
And I've had a good look at this race, and one of my previous tips, Pure Alpha, is in it, and I see it as the main danger. But the way I saw the last start, where Pure Alpha finished second and my little Contro finished third, I thought that Contro probably had the tougher run. And whilst it was on the outside, was a little bit wide, sort of peaked on its run and probably ended about 50 out. I think drawn inside just that little bit probably gets a nicer run. I know that Pure Alpha will be probably a little bit more forward, and I imagine these two are the two. There's a horse in the race that'll go right out the back, which Tone has backed, and we've talked about Chica Mojito.
Yeah.
One
that
that will be
pig dog.
coming home, yeah. And I've also got a little roughie in this race called Cowdoor. But the way I see the race is I think Pure Alpha will look the winner. Little Contro will be the winner. Chica Mojito and Cowdoor will be fighting out third and fourth. It was a tough way for me to balance this up because I will be absolutely devastated if Pure Alpha wins, because I've lost on it before. But I think Little
Right.
Contro, I think it comes in about half a kilo better in the weights as well, and the better run gets it home. That's my opinion, but talk to me, Marto, because you're nodding and shaking.
Oh, Little Contro's definitely in my numbers. Another tough race. I mean, it is a tough day in Sydney. I couldn't rule out. You didn't mention Mickey's Medal. I couldn't rule it out. It's got to step up in grade, I know, but it's got Braith knock on claiming too, and it is going to be forward with Pure Alpha.
I'll tell you why I didn't
Like
mention.
I said, this is 1600. This is the sort of trip they do start the run on at Rose Hill. So I hope that's true for you because Little Contro will be back a little bit in the run. I don't see a back marker coming through, but midfield could get there.
Yeah, I see it being midfield and just watching them. The reason that I
Yeah.
didn't go for Mickey's Medal is because I wasn't on the start, and it is a step up in class.
It
And
is.
maybe you know what they say on a roulette table: never take off a winning chip. You're probably right,
Yes.
but I don't know. The gut, the inside tells me that it's Little Cointros.
That's what you got to go with, mate.
That's it.
That's what you got to go with. Take your gut.
So there's a perfect Trixie in that. There's a couple of doubles in that. So as I said earlier, Tassie into Tone, Tone into Marto. All I know is it's all about Tone again.
Let's hope so.
It's
Oh,
me into
I've
you
got
and
to.
you into Mono.
Why do I have to carry the
You're,
can?
you're the common denominator, mate. You're the mood of the stand.
Well, well, I nearly got us there last week. If that bloody what's name, they backed the ass out of that other thing that got beat, and it was a good run by Dark Glitter until the thing they backed it off the map. Marto, what won that race? What was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I know.
Anyway, the
But
paper bets.
the money was right.
You know what I
Yeah,
like
the money was right.
the setup? What I like a lot? Like hypothetically, right? Mine goes around and I lose. Oh well, our running double's done. But then the pressure goes on Tone. And if Tone loses, then Marto can blame Tone for the running double that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
It is all about tone. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, good
that
on you,
way
Taz.
my
That's
deflection
passing the
is
buck.
gone. No one will be talking about me, how shit I am. They'll be talking about Tony
Yeah.
couldn't get the running double with Marto.
I'm
But
in the
then
squeeze box. The
Uh,
box
that's right. And then
behind the
there's the other way though, because if I miss and Tone gets and Marto misses, again, it's all about Tone.
control.
I'm saying some positive stuff here for you, Tone. Now, have you
no
guys
pressure.
found any hidden treasures? Anything anywhere?
Yeah, I'll go first because I've got a bit of news as well. I'm looking at one at the first at Sandown. It was not far off being my Kickstarter this week. It's just that it's first up after a long spell. Race 1 at Sandown, number 9, Hot Whiskers. Absolutely romped in at Mornington first start, and it had Blue Diamond prospects written all over it. Something must have been wrong with her because Philip Stokes has taken her out and left her out for a long time. This is her first start back. And something that was supposed to be a Blue Diamond prospect, I couldn't write her off. She's drawn in barrier 6 rather. She's going over back over the 1,000 meters again at $26 worth of gold coin donation each way, I reckon.
I reckon you're probably right.
$26.
She's like the forgotten horse, you know.
Well, she started $2.70. Admittedly, she won at Mornington, but
Yep.
she won by a length and a half. That was around Christmas time, so you're right.
It was.
Something did go amiss.
Yeah, because she was supposed to go to the Blue Diamond after that, and that never happened for whatever reason.
Too darn hot filly though. So could she
Absolutely.
be around, you reckon? No.
No, well, the 2 darn hots are coming through and winning on dry ground. So I guess it comes back to the dam breeding as well. I'm not sure too much about Cries and Whiskers, the dam.
Yeah.
But the 2 darn hots have been winning on good. I mean, if you are all too hard one on Wednesday, it's at where were they racing at Ballarat on the synthetic and just ran away from them down the straight on the sand. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a good breed of horse to come out of the 2 darn hot sire, and they are performing well, almost as good as the Ole Kirks at the moment.
Well, that's a perfect segue into a good breeder horse and Old Kirk because Marto, you've got a cap on. And
I do.
What does it say?
That was my next piece of information. That's my Prince Kirk merchandise. King Kirk's little brother. He's a yearling now. I bought a little piece of him. Hopefully, we can get a longer campaign than what we got out of King Kirk. But by all accounts, he's a spitting image of his father, Ole Kirk. He's at binary stud running around with his father, Ole Kirk. He's the spitting image profile-wise of what his big brother was, King Kirk, with those big, strong hind quarters and the big, strong chest up front. He's developing. We'll see him on the track next September or October 2026, hopefully winning the Breeders' Plate and then, like his brother did, and then going on to the Golden Slipper. Charismatic ran second last start. I've got a little piece of that one as well, but he ran around burnt bumpers, which basically means he was kicking his back ankles together and rubs the skin off it. Painful for the horse, so he didn't kick on late. He ran second. The winner from that race has then since gone on and won by about 5 lengths the next start. So we got form out of that race. Diversity is going on for a belt. And I got one more.
Yep.
This is what I told you to stand by for last week. Because I've been winning, I bought in shares of another horse. He will be coming out here to Australia. He's a European middle distance Lightning Man. He's going to be running at Ascot. He won first up at 1,600 at Lingfield. This is after his gelding operation. Ran away from them. He ran a place in the London Gold Cup. And then he's gone to Newmarket against a very, very hot Godolphin horse, Wandering Stars, who actually went past him in the last furlong. And he's then retaken the lead past this Wandering Stars to win at 2,000 metres at Newmarket. Hopefully, we get into the Saturday field in the Golden Gates Stakes next week at Ascot, day 5.
With those horses, the My Race horses, whilst they're great for people to get involved
It's
and
just fun.
yeah, no, I get that. But I'm always curious with things like this, like because they normally only sell like 40%, if I'm right.
No, 60%.
Oh, is it 60? I knew they sell a certain amount. But when they sell 60%,
Yep.
I'm just curious, like, why are they doing it? I mean,
It's just for people like you and I.
but why?
It's for people like you and I, mug punters, to get in for next to nothing. You can get in there from anywhere from $60 to up to $300 a share, depending on what sort of horse you're in for and how much they have to purchase it for. For me, I just look at the breeding behind the horse and I say, that's the one I want. So when I win this week on the punt, I'm going to buy shares into that one. So I do look into the breeding, the dam, the sire, and as well as the grandparents, and see what sort of form and group races and what sort of distances they're coming out of, how long we're going to have to wait for that horse. You know, the middle distances, you have to wait till they're 3 and 4 year olds. The sprinters, you can get in as 2 year olds. Prince Kirk. But yeah, for me, I like to look into that, what do you call it, genealogy, or the ancestry of the horse. But you can get it for next to nothing, and it's a lot of fun. You get to own a little piece of the racehorse. You get all the trainer information, trialing, training, pre-race, post-race reports from trainer and jockey.
So why haven't you tipped Tone into one? Tone, would you get into one? Would you ever think about it? I mean, would you get into?
Mate, I forgot. I don't have the money.
Pump better.
I don't have the money.
With that, because you're saying you're
Yep.
poor, does that mean how's them going? Do you send the money to her? Do you have to, has she got a part-time job or how's she settled in Australia?
No, she settled in there. I'm looking after her. Don't worry. I've set her up. And
That's why you're broke.
I think. Yeah. Don't worry. No, she said she wants to do a part-time job and she'll do that a bit later.
Yep.
Yeah, and but she's going all right, you know, and yeah, she's sensible, doing the hard yards down there, and she'll be fine. Yeah, as you know, it's not cheap to live down there, and
Yep.
you know, yeah. So
do you think that maybe she might get to Eagle Farm for you? Like if you ever got any mail, at Emmy, I'll send you a couple of hundred. Which you never saw.
Go see the bookie at the track.
Could you imagine?
Threaten your father with Eagle Farm tips would be pretty nasty, wouldn't it?
I actually, do you guys both have Netflix?
I don't know. We have
Amazon
Prime or something.
I watched a show with my son called Bet, and it's I don't know. It's probably come from an anime show or whatever, but basically it's just about, I think there's 10 episodes, and it's about a young Japanese girl who goes to these to school and they bet on everything.
Fantastic.
And yeah, it is. It really is. But Tone, I say this, and I say it with all sincerity and kindness. Having seen your daughter in a picture and stuff, I just think to myself, this would be Emmy for sure. Her dad doesn't mind a punt. Her dad would bet on things, I'm sure, in his day. You might have, settled down a little bit now, but when you were younger, I'm sure you would have. If you get an opportunity, watch it. It's not bad. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
It's called Bet.
Oh, Bet.
We'll
I
have
might
a
have a look at that.
Yeah.
And then when you do, think of the girl. Her name is Yakoma, I think it is. Think of your own daughter, Tone. So yeah, it's good to hear that she's going well.
You'll be taking a deck of cards to uni.
Oh mate, it's seriously, it's all right. It was quite interesting, and some of the games they play and the way that they bet on certain things. But anyway, my Netflix thing. I haven't found any gems.
I've got one.
I've got one.
What's your gem? Get us your gem. We want gems.
Here it is, and I think you boys both know this mongrel of a horse. Sandown Race 7, number 12, Pudding. Ryan Houston on board. He's not a regular jockey. It's about $16, $4.50 the place. Last start, I think it ran third or something over 2,000 metres. It's down to 1,800 metres. This is a sort of race where the scumbag could get up and win.
What price?
$16, $4.50 the place.
That's your price. You love that price.
My price.
54 kilos rowing. Houston claiming 2 as well. He's running to 52 kilos from barrier 7.
I think what we're going to do next week, too, lads, I'll put you on notice, is I want you to find the biggest dart of the day. Now this will be right up Bloom's alleys. So we're gonna have a dart board, and we're gonna throw a dart at the biggest roughie we can. But we also got to be realistic. Don't just look at a field and think, oh yeah, this is the one. So I'm just gonna tip.
We want a glory days type runner that's due to run over that extra distance on the wet ground and comes in at $34. Or Hot Whiskers this week at $26 in the first.
I'll tell you what,
I might have to take the manacles off and look at Queensland racing then, if that's the case. I might have to have a look there as well.
Check out the roughies.
I'm going to write it down because guess what it's going to be called? The
What's that?
Glory Days Bet.
Well, there you go. The Glory Days Bet.
Oh, there it is. Marta, you've won again.
In the wink of a young girl's eye. In the wink of a young girl's eye. Glory Days.
The best roughie. And it's got to be double figure. Don't hit me with a roughie and say, oh, you know, it's $9.50, because that's favourites for us. We love those.
If you boost it, you get doubles.
It's got to be tens and up.
Yeah, right.
It's got to be tens and up.
Absolutely. So next week,
for a bit of fun.
And it doesn't
Watch only, people.
That's it. And if you want to go and find it in Darwin, that's okay too. It doesn't matter where you find it. You want to have a bet in Happy Valley, Marto, for you can go anywhere. You can even go to Lincolnstein if you have to. It doesn't matter.
Well, they're still racing in Mauritius, I think.
Oh God!
So we're going to call it the Glory Days Bet too, because I think Marto, you own it. Well done. We've got a couple of minutes to go. The big freeze thing on the weekend for Neil Danaher. I know that.
Chris Fagan pulled a hammy there too.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, great concept. I love it every year.
He's been going really well, to be honest. I mean, how Danaher has survived this for so long is a credit, because I have a guy that I know from a few years back who passed away. Now it's been a couple of years since he's gone, and he had it, but he went pretty quick. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, I was going to say, I had a friend also. She went best part of 4 years before it got her. But yeah, it's
incredible.
It can be quick or slow.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse sometimes, because sometimes quick's good because you're gone, and sometimes because you're still with us. But very, very hard. Now we've got a minute and a half to go. Hit us up. Let's end it on a high, and let's end it with some dollars.
Fire away, Marto.
Yeah. No, I got nothing, mate. I've already given them. Just remember, watch out for Ascot next week. We've got oh Jesus, I've forgotten its name. It's running on Tuesday night too, down the straight mile at Ascot. Mark Zara's jumping on board. It's been out here. Democracy, I think it's called. We've got Aspura going over there to defend her crown as well against Believing. She got the better of Believing until the last race last year, and then Believing's in tremendous form this year, but we'll be running with foal. There's arguments for and against. Sometimes it can be bad, sometimes it can be good because the extra proteins are like performance enhancing. Aspura versus Believing in the sprint down the straight.
Well, I've got one in tomorrow. I think it's in the last at Goulburn. It's a black booker. And Taz really loves the name of this one. Cougars. It's about 320. It's in a big field. I don't think I'll back it, but I'll be have a listen to the race. But it's a bit short, I think, in that field.
Well done, right, gents. We're about to sign off. It's going to drop out.
Okay.
It's always been a pleasure. Never a chore. Good luck, and let's go get them. Take care.
Yeah.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks,
Good to see you all again.
Thank you. You too, Marto. Yep. Ooh, clean up.